Hi there, it's Fionna Gossling from Royal LePage with a really quick update as to what happened in the Burlington real estate market in April 2025. It's going to be quicker if I speak. So you can see this graph is not totally that useful at this stage because we only have four data points for this 2025 average sale price. But what you can see is that the average sale price is very strong still, where the tied for the second highest average annual sale price in history. So, although it is definitely a trickier market that we're navigating right now, things are still selling and they're selling for a good amount of money, which is nice. So, if you listen to the news, the sky is falling. If you look at the numbers, things are actually quite boring. If you take the peak out here, you can see that both the average and the median sale price has been fairly steady. It goes up and down as it will every month. There's so few data points that a couple big sales or the absence of a few big sales will really skew that average sale price. So just keep that in mind. When you look at what happened in April 2025, we had 210 sales across all property types, which is quite low historically, but it is what we have been seeing for the last since kind of mid 2022. So it's a buyer confidence story now. We were waiting for interest rates to come down to try to get some buyers back into the market and return to more normal numbers or sales volume transaction. And with everything going on south of the border, I think has really affected buyers' confidence. What we are seeing, these kind of 200 transactions that are happening each month, are the people who need to buy and sell real estate. They have a motivation to do it. Or there's also some very smart investors out there, people who are looking down the line to use real estate as a tool, seeing an opportunity in the real estate market right now. There's only 3.9 months of inventory, which is still a seller's market, creeping towards a balanced market. The average sale price was down a little bit this month to $1,115,000. That's across all property types. And the median sale price was down to just over $1 million. If you want to see how this April compares to last April, our transaction volume was down by about 30%. We had far more units to choose from, up 76% increase in sales volume or in active listings, so product. What's interesting is sales prices with fewer sales and way more to choose from. You would expect downward pressure on prices, and we've not seen that. And I haven't seen it for years. I've been seeing this, and it's not reflecting the way you would expect it would. So sales prices are down 3% this month over last year. Pretty flat, all in all. It is taking longer to sell, though. So our days on market have increased by about 37%. Just means you need to be properly priced. And that means properly priced based on the last 2 years. And then you make adjustments off of that. And things that are properly priced, properly prepared, and properly presented are still selling. It's just taking a little bit longer. When you break down where those sales are happening, the majority of them did happen in the detached market, which is why that median sale price is still relatively high. The average sale price of a detached home in Burlington is $1.4 million, $1.417 this past month. Average price of a townhouse was $924,000 this month, which is quite high when you consider the average sale price of a condo in Burlington this month was $755,000. Having said that, I think there were some big sales in condo, or a big sale in the condo market here, to bump that price so high, that average price so high. If you look at the last 4 months of detached, so yes, this month, the average sale price was 1.416. That's down a little bit from March, up from February, down from January. So with so few transactions, a couple of big sales will really skew that. But all in all, it's pretty flat. Same thing with the townhouse. Townhouses are extremely consistent in their average sale price over the last 4 months. And then condos are struggling a little bit clear across the board right now, whether they're condo townhouses or condominium units. You can see that I do think that this 754 was a big sale of a larger luxury unit. But we've got lots of inventory, not as much as in many areas. I think Oakville was 10 and a half months or something like that last month. And your average sale price last month was 754. I think it's probably more likely around that 600,000 if you throw out the outliers. If you had any specific questions or wanted to know where the opportunity is in the real estate market right now, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to have a discussion. From a boots on the ground perspective, I've brought on 3 detached homes in the last 3 weeks. They've all sold in multiple offers. And it's not because they were underpriced, it's because they were priced sharply at what the market suggests they would be worth based on past sales. And I've also had some luck with some buyers who were buying in the condo market. In particular, one family was buying for their kids because they recognized there was a real opportunity right now to negotiate a great price. We got it for 10% under asking because there was so much choice. So if you are thinking about doing something and you want a little bit of advice for long-term planning, don't hesitate to reach out, and I will check in again next month.